Good morning and welcome to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czech Republic. I'm Emilia Potter, joined by Erasm Ivance, and we have this morning for you the 76 kilo sub-junior women. It is a flight of 9, which means we have slightly longer gaps in between the disciplines. You can see here in the running order, Zuzanna Mazur, current sub-junior world champion, storming ahead. And if we have a quick look at the prognosis as well, currently with openers 45 kilos ahead of her competitors. The fight that we'll see will be for that silver and that bronze place, but Zuzanna opening 170, the world record squat, currently standing at 185. We have had a world record or European record attempt every single session so far this championships. That is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot tell you how many record attempts we've seen, and it seems like this morning may be no different. We are in for a treat. What do you reckon?
Yeah, just looking here at the nominations for the 76 kilo sub-juniors. There's a tight fight coming up, at least it's looking like it, and just looking at the numbers here, I'm quite sure we're gonna see some records, if not just only record attempts.
And we kick the morning off. We have Legina Elgenem from Austria. Opening with 120 kilos, 12.5 kilos below her best. No, sorry, it's just changed around quickly. We have Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain opening on 120 kilos. 10 kilos below her best. She's been competing in less than 1 year, so already being at this international level is very impressive. Looked like a nice opener there for Sofia.
I'm just waiting for the referee's decision, and it's 3 white lights and a good lift.
And now we have Legina Elgenem from Austria, 122.5 kilos, opening 10 kilos below her best of 132.5. You can see that she has opted to have the arms of the rack in here. The lifters can choose to do so on squat. Usually helps them avoid clipping the rack. And then if you're a much bigger lifter, you know, in the open categories, 84 plus, 120 plus, sometimes they like to just grab the outside of the bar, but not the case here in these lighter weight classes. Lovely controlled opener from Legina.
Yeah, really smooth. And it's 3 white lights, a good lift.
I've got to say, I'd be very surprised if I saw a 76 kilo sub-junior woman holding the very ends of the bar as a 120 plus did.
Well, I've seen 93 juniors do it.
I feel
and
like
that's probably the lowest it probably goes.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Still a bit of a surprise, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, sometimes it's just bad shoulder mobility. It's just not about the size.
We now have Nina Kuric from Slovenia, 137.5 kilos. Her last year as a sub-junior, but a pretty familiar name on the international stage already.
Yeah, fought herself up to bronze overall last year at sub-junior Europeans.
Bit of a gap this year, but nothing is impossible. We've seen people fall and be disqualified so far, some upsets, so it's anybody's game until the end.
And nice and smooth there for Čurić. It's a 2-1. Death call from the right hand side referee.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that again in the replay. I was worried that the position she was in would be quite hard to tell depth from, but it looks like she just dips inside it there, and that was the side she gets the red from as well, so she should be okay with that. Harriet Cull from Great Britain, 145 kilos, opening 3 kilos below her personal best.
Nice and snappy. And it's 3 white lights for Cole.
Agathe Turb from France, 145 kilos for her opening attempt. 5.5 kilos below her personal best and what I imagine to be a French sub-junior squat record. If you see anything that is not a multiple of 2.5, it means it is a record somewhere.
And another nice looking opener.
Yeah, and a definite contender for podium overall. She does get a depth call, so we'll have a look at that in the replay, but she'll be pushing Cull for that bronze medal. We now have Lenka Berniova from Slovakia, 145 kilos, opening 5 kilos above her personal best. She actually upped her opener by 5 kilos. That's moving well.
Absolutely flies up. But
Yeah.
it's a 2-1. 2 red lights from center and right hand side referees.
Let's have a look at that again. I was a little bit concerned about it. And it is so marginal, but she's just above the line, it looks like. The coach goes over to the jury, but the jury agree with that call. Just needs to sink it a little bit further on her second. Strength is clearly there. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, hometown lifter here, 145 kilos on her opening attempt. Upped it by 2.5.
Nice and easy. 3 white lights and no questions there.
Yeah, that looked like a really comfortable opener for Felsmanova. Really nice and smooth, plenty left in the tank. Jeanette Usoini from Finland. Strong contender for that silver overall. Opening on 167.5 kilos, our penultimate opening attempt. 5.5 kilos below her best of 173. Got quite a high bar position there. Favouring that upright squat, and it looks nice.
Yeah, it's 3 white lights and an unusual style of squatting in powerlifting, but for some people it just works.
Yeah, and when we talk about high bar and low bar, we're referring to where the bar sits on the athlete's back. So that generally is a little bit higher. A lot of athletes favouring that lower bar position. Now, reigning world champion Zuzanna Mazur from Poland, opening at 170 kilos. Her squat PB is the world record of 185 kilos. She's a phenomenal athlete and on prognosis so far ahead of her competitors. It's her first year competing and her last year as a sub-junior. What a showing she's had so far.
And nice and comfortable. 3 white lights and a good lift for Susanna.
It's just such a good example of raw strength. I mean, peppered with some good technique, of course, but you can just tell how much strength she has. And that concludes our opening squats, all bar Veronyova getting a squat in on the board, just struggling with depth a little bit there. Mazur leading with 170. Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain, 125 kilos. Her original opener was in at 130, but she dropped it 10 kilos.
Yeah, probably the smart thing to do. It's a solid second attempt, but an opener 5 kilos above that would probably be too hard.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Considering that her second attempt is still 5 kilos below where she was going to open, I think a smart decision from her and Team Spain there, because, you know, we've seen it already. People get disqualified for openers being too hard. Regina Elgenem from Austria, jumping 7.5 kilos to 130 for her second attempt. Slow but steady, a lovely second attempt. A little harder, but as to be expected, it's a good lift.
If that's her style, that's her style.
Yeah,
Really sits down quite low in the hole.
she does a really good job of maintaining that position all the way up though, and it favours her as it did get harder, but she didn't break down at all. Nina Curic from Slovenia, 145 kilos for her second attempt, matching her personal best. Does not slow down at all. It's a lovely second attempt.
Yeah, really nice. Again, a depth call from the right-hand side referee, but as long as it was the same as the last one, the jury will not overrule it.
And I'm wondering if that's just where the referee is sitting. That definitely does look just below, I would say, but enough in. Lenka Veronyova from Slovakia now missed her opener on a depth call. Strength was there. Has upped it 2.5 kilos, looking to maintain some sort of pace, but also get enough weight on the bar to perhaps sink her down a little further. Certainly looked deeper to me.
And it's 3 white lights this time. Every athlete has now secured a valid squat attempt in.
Yeah, and it's great to see. And this is the kind of minor risk that I don't mind seeing. Missing it on a depth issue and then putting 2.5 kilos on top is not the same as jumping 10, 15, 20 kilos without a lift in the board. Harriet Cole from Great Britain, 152.5 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump moves her into squat bronze for the time being, with 4 lifters to follow.
A bit harder this time, but still very solid.
Yeah, I think it was a nice looking second attempt for Harriet there. Turb will take the same weight at a heavier body weight, so won't change positions for Carl. Only Felsmanova can do that. Eggert Turb from France, 152.5 kilos, 2 kilos above her personal best. Imagine looking to take a new national record home with her. So athletes can break national records at international competitions, but of course they can only chip international records. Relevant international records, shall I say. Strength looks there. I want to wait for the lights.
You see 2-1, depth goal from the right hand side.
Yeah, and that's what I was a little nervous about, but I think that's the position that I saw the squat from as well. Have a look at the replay.
I think she's alright there.
Yeah, I think she has that squat style that just looks better from the side. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, 155 kilos, to move her into squat bronze ahead of Karl. Ah, that's lovely.
Yeah, beautiful second attempt. 3 white lights.
Very confident lifter, you can see in the way that she moves the bar, and I feel confident watching her. I know that the squat is going to look good and she's going to perform it well.
The bar is loaded for your hands. Next out is Susanna Mazur from Poland.
Janette Usoini from Finland, 175 kilos, just 10 kilos below the current world record. Moves her into Scott Gold for the time being, with Mazur to follow. 2 kilos above her personal best. We see the slight breakdown of speed there, but still keeps it moving and it looks good.
It's a 2-1, good lift with a depth pull from the right side.
I'd say that's the typical place in higher bar squats that we see at the slowdown come in, just about there. Now, current world champion Zuzana Mazur from Poland jumped 7.5 kilos, which is the jump I thought she would make if she wants to break that world record on her third attempt. 177.5 kilos to move back into squat gold and within reaching distance of that world record squat. Her opener was very comfortable. And so is her second. Wow, she is so strong.
That was ridiculously easy for a second attempt, and an attempt so close to the world record.
She looks so nonchalant coming off after squatting 177.5 kilos. Looks at her coach like, yeah, it was okay. I can tell you it was more than okay. That was a fantastic second attempt. We now complete our second round, as you said, with all lifters getting a squat in on the board, and we move straight through to our third and final round of squats. Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain, 130 kilos for a matched personal best. Wow. It is a big fight, but it just isn't there today. And I think a really smart move. That was meant to be her opening weight, so sensible to take what you have on the day, not what your plan was initially, and that is so important to learn. So good job from her and Team Spain. We now have Logina Elgenem from Austria, 132.5 kilos. Just a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. Slowed down on her second, but no breakdown in form. If she can maintain that here, I'm sure she will match her personal best.
Let's go, stay tight, come on.
A bit of a weird one there. She was trying to grind out the lift. The spotters grabbed the bar.
Yeah, let's have a look at that in the replay. Obviously, the spotters have to do what's safe, and it did dip, so I think actually it was a very good spot from the spotters there.
Yeah, absolutely the right action from the spotters. The recommend from the referee was a bit late.
Yeah, but luckily, spotters are there. It's a long day for everybody, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
The bar is now loaded for Nina Kuric.
And so we move now on to Nina Churchich. 150 kilos for her third and final attempt, a 5 kilo jump and a new personal best.
Let's go.
20 seconds left on the clock, plenty of time. Just needs to get that start command before time runs out.
A big effort there from Nina. Again a 2-to-1. The same as her previous two lifts. Let's hope it will stand. It probably will.
Yeah, it's not been an issue the last two times, and I've been told by the producer that it might be a chance that the Austrian Elgner might get another shot at that 132.5. I'll confirm that when I know for sure, but that's what I've been told. For now, Lenka Vrňová from Slovakia, 155 kilos to move into squat bronze for the time being.
Next out is Harriet Hall, Great Britain.
Yeah, and she is getting another try at that at the end of the round. For now, Vrňová, let's hope she can maintain the depth that she found on her second. Weight is easy once again.
It's a 2-to-1. Unfortunately, there will be a no lift. We'll see on the replay.
Yeah, perhaps reverting back to her original depth. But, I mean, it does look better seeing that again. Now, though, 157.5 kilos for Harriet Cole from Great Britain. This will move her into squat bronze with Turb and Felsmanova looking to take that away, as well as Yosoini. Oh, that is a lovely third attempt from Harriet.
It's a 2-to-1. A dev call from the center referee.
We'll have a look at that again on the replay, but moved really well. Still a few kilos in the tank, actually, it seems.
The bar is loaded.
I think she'll be okay with that. Moves into bronze position on squat, but looking to take that away. Agatha Turb from France, 160 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump from her second to move into squat bronze with Felsmanova to follow. It looks strong. Let's wait for the lights. Yeah, and that's what I was a little worried about there.
It's a 2-to-1, no lift for the reasons of lack of depth. We'll see on the replay again. I think she just cuts her depth slightly.
The jury will look over it, obviously, as there was one white light there, but I think they agree with it being a no lift, means Cole stays in bronze for the time being. Now only Clara Felsmanova who can knock her off the squat podium with 162.5 kilos, moving her from squat 4th into bronze. And if she gets this, she is guaranteed that bronze medal. In terms of strength, she's looked really good. Let's see if she can put another 7.5 kilos on her personal best for a bronze medal at the Europeans.
Yeah, big effort there from Felsmanova, but unfortunately not there today.
And that means Harriet Cole from Great Britain ends up in squat bronze, and I think she just sunk it a little bit further than she did in her first and her second, and her knees came out a little bit in the hole, but a great effort, not there today. Now Janet Usoini already in squat silver, she has that secured, looking to move into squat gold for the time being with Susanna Mazur to follow. 177.5 kilos for a matched personal best. We saw the slowdown start to come on her second attempt, about halfway up, as typical with a higher bar squat. Let's see if she can push through with another 2.5 kilos on the bar. Wow.
And it seems she can. It's 3 white lights and a good lift, and the Finn takes the lead.
That's a phenomenal effort. Look at that again. It's not an easy position to grind through. So upright. Phenomenal job. Moves into squat gold. Now, current world champion Susanna Mazur from Poland. 185.5 kilos for a world sub-junior squat record attempt. Broken only a few weeks ago at Junior Worlds. Huge final attempt to move back into squat gold, take the world record with her. Her second moved well, although she looked unsure after it. And look at that, it is no slower than her second.
Just the raw power here, it almost scares me.
It is amazing, and that is a new world record
What
for
an
Susanna Mazur.
excellent, what an excellent lift. It's not even 10:30 on this Monday morning, and we've already seen a record fall.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, and she looks so confident with it. Now, as we mentioned before, Legina Elgunum getting another attempt at that 132.5. The jury seemed to think that the spotters took it a little too early because the centre referee hadn't said take it yet. So, has had not much of a break, but a little bit of a break since she tried it before. This will be a 132.5 squat attempt for a matched personal best.
Let's go, Jenna, let's go.
Will be her 4th attempt at a squat, so she's bound to be a little bit tired at this point. Let's hope she can muster together the energy for one more grind. Look at that, what a
It's a
grind.
big fight.
She's been given a
Wow.
second lease of life with that. And she proves them all wrong. 3 white lights, a good lift.
What a comeback.
And it is not easy after failing a lift to come back only minutes later to reattempt it and grind like that. Absolutely phenomenal. What an effort from Elgunum there. And a summary of the squats that we've just seen. In squat bronze, we have Harriet Cole from Great Britain with 157.5 kilos. In squat silver from Finland, Janet Usoini with 177.5 kilos. And in squat gold with a new world record of 185.5 kilos, we have Susanna Mazur from Poland. We're going to head into a 20-minute break now before bench press, so we will catch you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czechia. We have the 76 kilo sub-juniors for you, and just a recap here, Harriet Cole walking away with squat bronze, Soini from Finland with silver, and of course Susanna Mazur from Poland with that amazing 185.5 new world record, and she made it look so comfortable. We head into bench press now as we have a look at the lineup, and again Susanna Mazur opening at 95 kilos, the world record at 121 and the European record at 112, so looking forward to seeing what happens there. But for now, Nina Čurić from Slovenia, 67.5 kilos.
And nice and easy opener for Čurić. 3 white lights, a good lift to start us off.
Legina Elganem from Austria opening on 70 kilos, and what a squat session she had. She got given her third attempt again, so had a fourth attempt, and after a mammoth grind managed to get it, and what a performance that was. Hoping it didn't empty the tank too much.
Yeah, she's had about 20 minutes to recover.
Yeah, she has downed her opener by 2.5 kilos, but as we see before, that can be a very sensible decision. So let's see how this 70 kilos moves for her.
And moves nice and steady. I'd say it was the right call just to be safe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think definitely a smart move. You always want to take what you think you have on the day. Don't be stubborn sticking to the plan that you thought you'd have. You know, we've seen that happen before and it ends catastrophically. Lenka Vereniova from Slovakia opening on 75 kilos. Just 2.5 below her personal best.
And another really solid first attempt. 3 white lights and a bench on the board.
.5 kilos for Harriet Cole from Great Britain, in a really good position to fight for that bronze medal overall. She's lighter than Turb, who will be fighting her for it. Looking to collect as many kilos as she can here on bench press.
And another smooth opener.
Yeah, opening above her personal best, making it quite hard for France to try and gauge where she's going to end up as well.
Yeah, these sub-juniors can really surprise you.
Klara Felsmanova from Czechia opening on 77.5 kilos.
Yeah, another nice and solid one.
80 kilos now for kayak choke from France.
Yeah, really speedy opener there. 3 white lights. Similar to her squat though, really, really quick lifter. Her squat seemed to be really quick until it wasn't. I'm wondering if her bench will be the same. Really phenomenal. Agathe Turb from France, 80 kilos. Has a personal best of 83. So getting near that here. 83, I imagine, is a French national record in the sub-juniors. And I'd say that looked just about as easy as Harriet Cole's opener did.
Absolutely, no problem there.
Of course, has the advantage on both bench and deadlift of lifting after Harriet, so she's going to have to increase the gap between them by 2.5 kilos as she's heavier, but has the advantage of being able to see what Harriet does. Janette Josoini now from Finland, 82.5 kilos, opening on her personal best and making it very hard for anybody else to try for silver should her openers go well.
And another one, nice and solid, 3 white lights. Everyone so far securing their opening bench press attempt.
The last out for Ukraine will be Susanna Mazur from Poland.
Our penultimate opening attempt here on bench, Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain, 82.5 kilos, dropped her opener again by 2.5 kilos this time round. Has a personal best of 87.5. Openers aren't set in stone, you know, until a few minutes before, and it's important not to treat them like they are.
And it's 3 white lights and another good lift.
So during the competition, the only lift you can change during the fact is deadlift. You can have 2 attempt changes, but before any of the disciplines, up to a couple minutes before you start lifting, I think 4 minutes, you can change your opening attempt, and that doesn't impact it otherwise. Now 95 kilos for Zuzanna Mazur from Poland, has a personal best of 102.5. A little way off the European record of 112, but if anyone's going to get close, it will be her.
And it's 3 white lights and a good lift. Everyone getting a bench press on the board.
Yeah, and we like to see that. Lovely opener there from Mazur. I think asking for a almost 17.5 kilo spread across her bench is a big ask though, but she'll definitely get the closest out of anyone. Currently sitting in the lead by 12.5 kilos on bench press, followed by Josoini and Herrero Jimenez on body weight. Into the second round now, Legina Elganem from Austria, 72.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump from her opener.
Yeah, a bit harder this time, but it's still nice and solid.
Same weight for coverage.
And it's 3 white lights.
Yeah, Team Austria making a good decision in slightly dropping her opener there to make sure she gets those benches in. Had a little less time than she expected to warm up because of re-attempting that last squat. 72.5 kilos for Nina Čerčić from Slovenia. matched personal best for Juric.
Now I think that this moved pretty well for a matched personal best. She's gonna wanna build up on that subtotal.
Yeah, she could definitely be taking away some team points today if all things go well. Lenka Vereniova from Slovakia, jumping 5 kilos to 80 for her second attempt, surpassing her personal best of 77.5 kilos. Oh, just seems to be heavy on the chest there. We'll have a look at that in the replay, as I can't see too much else wrong with it other than maybe just being a bit too much of a jump.
Yeah, we'll see here.
Bench, of course, being one of the more technical lifts, and if you're slightly out of position, it can make a huge difference, but it just seemed to be a bit heavy.
Perhaps you just missed the touching point or
Yeah.
lost concentration on the way down. Can really make a difference here, but it just seemed very heavy.
In any case, you have another attempt at that on her third. Harriet Cole from Great Britain now, 82.5 kilos to move her into bench press silver for the time being, with 5 lifters to follow. Lots of similar benches here.
Oh, big fight there for Harriet Cole. It's a 2-1, a blue light from the right-hand side referee. That would be probably for the downward movement of the bar while she was struggling with it. We'll see here.
Yeah, you can see she just clips the rack on the left-hand side, unfortunately, so I think that was actually what the issue was. I mean, it was hard, but then clipping the rack obviously made it a lot harder.
And a great effort to recover from that.
Yeah, jury seemed happy with it being a good lift. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, 82.5 kilos. Same weight, but at a heavier body weight, so won't move into that silver position.
Just waiting for the lights here. And it's 3 yellow ones.
Yeah, I think she just jumped the command there. Oh no, sorry. Just too heavy. I thought I missed it because it was quick. That's how her lifting has been so far, but just too heavy, unfortunately. Yeah, we've seen a couple of lifters take that 5 kilo jump and it seemed a little bit too much. Agathe Terbe from France, 85 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her opener. Let's move her into bench press silver for the time being, with Yosoini and Herrero to follow.
A bit harder, but a very solid second attempt. Might still be able to squeeze out a couple kilos more on her third.
5 kilo jump. Bar is loaded for what would be a 5 kilo personal best in competition for the event. Next out is Sofia Herrero Jimenez.
Janette Yosoini from Finland, 87.5 kilos to move back into bench silver. 5 kilo jump from her opener. I think bench gold more or less secured by Mazur's opener.
And big power there from Janette.
Getting really good press commands today. So an athlete will get a press command when the center referee is happy that the bar is stationary on their chest, just like that. I I think at times we can see them held a little bit longer than perhaps they should, but the center referee doing a good job of holding them the right amount of time. 87.5 kilos for Sofia Herrero Jimenez to move into bench press bronze, as she is heavier than Yosuni. Great power there.
Yeah, and as you said, sometimes we can see athletes waiting quite a bit of time with the bar on their chest, one of the most uncomfortable positions you're ever going to reach in powerlifting. But of course, it needs to be the time needs to account for the time for the basically brain of the head judge to process. Okay, the bar has stopped. I need to say the word, says the word, and then for the word to reach the lifter and the lifter's brain to process it.
Well, the thing is, the longer it's on the chest, the lower your confidence gets in your ability to press it. So that's why practicing in training with pauses is so important, as well as long pauses. So if you're complaining at your coach for giving you 3-count pauses, that'll be why. Zuzanna Mazur from Poland, 100 kilos for her second attempt, already securing that bench gold with her opener. This is what I mean, just such raw strength.
Yeah, and a really fast press command this time. This is seemed to me, but the bar was stopped, so...
This is what I mean, the center referee, very quick with it, but not in a way that it's not with the rules. He's giving the press command as soon as it's still on the chest, which is the correct way to do it, which is great to see. And we move straight into our third round of bench. Ladina Elganem kicking us off with 75 kilos. Opting for a 2.5 kilo jump. I think the sensible decision here. Rack up all the kilos you can, heading into deadlifts. Another great grind from Ladina.
Yeah, she really can hold on to the bar and just work hard to get it up.
You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing how she grinds to a deadlift, because we've seen an amazing grind from her from squat and bench. So I'm sure her third deadlift will be no different. Nina Čurić from Slovenia, 75 kilos for her final attempt. 2.5 kilo jump from her second.
Oh, big effort there from Čurić.
Wow, look at that.
Gets it up. And it's 3 white lights and a great fight there.
You know what, that is so impressive. I'm always so astounded when athletes can push through grinds like that on bench press, as well as not letting the bar dip. It's so strong. Lenka Variňová from Slovakia now retaking that 80 kilos. Just looked heavy on the chest. Wondering if there was a technical issue there, although if it's not a technical issue, strength is rarely something you can collect more of in between attempts.
And unfortunately, it is a strength issue. It would seem just not there today for the Slovakian.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of utilizing that 2.5 kilo jump, or even pulling down an opener. But hindsight is 2020. And she still walks away with that 75 kilo bench. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, a similar situation here, 82.5 kilos, just didn't really seem to move from the chest. Her opener was really quick, just like her squats. I did wonder if the way she lifts is quick until it's not, and it seems to be the case so far, but let's see if she can grind through 82.5 this time. Wow, and I think this one was a technical issue because that is a completely different lift.
Absolutely. It was hard off the chest, but she pressed it out really strongly, and it's 3 white lights.
This is why on bench press we can never be sure, because comparing Vereniova and Felsmanova's benches, you'd think it was both a strength issue, but it can show that it can be a small technique change that can make a difference. Now Harriet Cole from Great Britain, 85 kilos, opting for a 2.5 kilo jump. Her and Turb still matching each other jump for jump so far. Avoids the rack this time, much easier looking attempt.
And she's really happy with that.
And she should be, that's a new personal best.
Bar is loaded. That would also be a 2.5 kilo personal best for the French athletes.
Agathe Turb from France, 87.5 kilos to move into bench press bronze, with Usoini to follow.
More bench presses to go. Let's go again. Who's also in the race for podium spot.
Now, she'll need this to match Cole's total heading into deadlift. Of course, Turb being the heavier of the two.
She's not getting that up. Unfortunately for Turb, just too heavy.
Yeah, and it means that she's 2.5 kilos behind Cole heading into deadlifts, which really, if she wants to beat her, means 5 kilos behind as she's heavier. So she has got a slightly bigger deadlift, but definitely will hurt her chances slightly. Janette Usoini from Finland, 90 kilos for her third and final attempt. Keeps her in bench press silver, and she's lighter than Herrero Jimenez. So silver, bronze, and gold actually, all already determined with second attempts, but for a new personal best.
And that was great exhibition of power there from the Finn. 90 kilos goes up.
Yeah, and easier than her second attempt. Honestly, must have been a slight technique correction between the two because it looked smooth.
Absolutely.
Now, Sofia Herrero Jimenez already has bench press bronze, looking for a personal best with 90 kilos. Even with dropping her opener slightly, still walks away with a bench press medal. That's a great effort.
Yeah, big press off the chest. Gets stuck there a bit in the middle, but grinds it out.
It's a shame really because she'll walk away with a bench and probably a deadlift medal, and her squat just lets her down a little bit because she definitely would be an overall podium contender should that have been a little bit higher. But as a sub-junior, I'm sure that's something that will only increase with time. Now our final bench press attempt, Zuzanna Mazur from Poland, 105 kilos, 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. And I've not seen Zuzanna struggle so far, and I'm not sure I will here either.
She's got quite a comfortable margin, but she's here to perform. Let's go, Susanna, let's go.
I stand corrected. Perhaps Zuzanna also a lifter who is quick until she isn't, but still walks away with bench press gold with 100 kilos and a hefty lead of the competition. almost 50 kilos ahead of Usoini, who is 17.5 kilos ahead of Carl. So that just shows how far ahead Mazur is heading into deadlifts. You can see here the bench results on body weight. In bronze, Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain with 90 kilos. In silver, also with 90 kilos, ahead on body weight from Finland, Jeanette Usoini. And in bench press gold with 100 kilos, we have Zuzana Mazur from Poland. And we can see these subtotals as they stand here. Ahead, Zuzana Mazur from Poland with 285.5. Currently in silver, Jeanette Usoini from Finland with 267.5. And Harriet Cole with 242.5 in bronze. But we know Turb's going to be pushing her for that position. We're going to head into a 20-minute break now before deadlift to see who walks away with which medal. So don't go anywhere and we will catch you then. Welcome back to the 2024 European Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Pilsen, Czechia. We have the 76 kilo sub-juniors for you today in the penultimate day of the sub-junior competition before heading into the junior competition tomorrow afternoon. And what a competition it's been so far. We've seen Susanna Mazur clean up in squat and bench, walking away with a new squat world record. As you can see here, leading by some way. There'll be a fight for that bronze though, with the Usoini solidly in silver, should openers on deadlift go well. Kicking us off, we have Legina Elgenem from Austria, opening at 145, quite a way below her personal best of 170. So see if this is a conservative opener or perhaps just an issue in prep.
And a nice solid opener from Legina.
Clara Felsmanova from Czechia, 145 kilos.
And another nice and smooth opener. And we've had some changes to the openers, with Herrero, I believe, dropping it.
Yeah, Herrero dropped it by 25 kilos, so by quite some way. She's dropped all of her openers, which have been the sensible decision so far, but 25 kilos is a big drop. However, it says here that 150 is her personal best anyway.
Oh, nice and steady for an opening attempt. It's 3 white lights and she secures the total.
Yeah, nice opener there. Does beg the question why the opener was at 25 kilos above her personal best, but I'll have to see how her second moves. Lenka Vereniova from Slovakia, 150 kilos. Opening 2.5 below her personal best.
And it's another 3 white lights and another deadlift on the board.
67.5 for a strong contender in podium, Harriet Goff, Great Britain.
We now have Harriet Cole from Great Britain, opening 20 kilos above her personal best at 167.5. And should this go well, and she continues to collect kilos, she's in a really strong position to get bronze overall ahead of Turb.
Cole gets it, no problem. It's 3 white lights and almost a 40 kilo total personal best for her.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely incredible. And if she can keep adding to that, she should stay ahead of the French lifter, but it depends as well, of course, how the French lifter's opener moves. We now have Yannet Usoini, who has upped her opener by 10 kilos. So still a way off of Mazur, but with this, definitely secures that silver with her opening attempt.
and it seems like it's no problem for her. It's 3 white lights and a good lift in a very strong position here in the second place.
And if you look at the scoreboard, it's a tight battle for third position between Agathe and Harriet, France versus Britain.
Same weight stays in the bar for Agathe Turb from France. She's slightly heavier though, so won't move into deadlift gold for the time being.
It's 3 white lights and a good lift.
Of course, Team France having the advantage here, seeing the jumps that Great Britain make. They need to make up an extra 5 kilos though, so it's a bit of an ask, but if Cole misses, it gives them a really good shot to push for bronze. Nina Juric from Slovenia, 175 kilos, another lifter who upped their opener by 10 kilos. This will give her a 400 kilo total on her opener, which is already a 5 kilo personal best.
Yeah, and brings her close enough to the fight for bronze should any of the other competitors have a slip up. She could be there to collect.
Yeah, it would have to be quite a big slip up from the lifters above her, but it does give her a good shot.
And it's nice and fast for the Slovenian. She's done it before, pulling herself from 5th to 3rd last year with her final deadlift.
You know what? If anybody in this group could do it, Juric probably is the person who can. So I definitely won't count her out, but as you said, it would have to be at the slip up of Turbo Curl. Now our final opening attempt, Zuzanna Mazur from Poland, 190 kilos, the European and world record standing at 205.5 on deadlift, and the total record, both European and world, standing at 493. This opener will give her a 475.5 total. Oh. Wow, and that is a mix-up, ladies and gentlemen. She seemed to try and break the floor and not be able to do so. Let's have a look here at the replay, and of course if she doesn't get that, it's not really going to be a fight for bronze anymore, but rather a fight for silver, and Yosoini walking away with gold. She still has 2 attempts at that, but Erasm, if that's a strength issue, that puts a big question mark here.
Well, looking at her squat and her bench press, she's performed really well on both of the lifts. She could just be exhausted, but surely if her warm-ups moved slowly, they would have lowered the opening weight.
Lots of questions which will be answered very soon, but first, Legina Elgenem from Austria, 155 kilos. Now, if Mazur just makes 1 deadlift, she's guaranteed the title, but she has to make 1 deadlift. 10 kilo jump for Elgenem.
Slow off the floor, gets the speed back up, and then slow again on the lockout, but she fights through it.
I mean, we knew based off her squats on her bench that she has the patience and the strength to push through a difficult lift. I said I was looking forward to seeing how she would utilize that during deadlift. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia taking a 10 kilo jump to 155 for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
And a very nice second attempt for Felsmanova for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
For Spain zone, it's Sofia Ebejo Jimenez, 7.5 kilo jump. Ready?
Now, Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain, 157.5 kilos.
Nice and smooth for the Spaniard. 162.5, a 3 white light, good lift.
The bar is loaded. Next up is Harriet Hall.
Lenka Vereňová from Slovakia, 162.5 kilos. 12.5 kilo jump from her opening attempt. And a 10 kilo personal best, should she make this?
Yeah, nice and solid for a 10 kilo PB for Veroňová.
177.5 for Harriet. The bar is loaded.
177.5 kilos for Harriet Carl of Great Britain, a 10 kilo jump from her opener, which already was a 20 kilo personal best. Puts in a really good position for bronze, and of course if Mazur does not get a deadlift in, perhaps silver.
Yeah, a bit harder than the first.
Yeah, the brakes definitely came on a little bit more there, but it's a good lift.
Same weight for Janet Olisoni from Finland. The bar is loaded.
It certainly will be interesting to see how Turb's second attempt moves compared to Carl's. But the jump, of course, like we said, would have to be 5 kilos more should Carl make that third attempt. Janet Olisoni from Finland, 177.5 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump to match her personal best. Move her back into deadlift silver for the time being.
And it's 3 white lights for the Finn.
Yeah, and she really did well to secure that silver medal, and now with Mazur not posting a total quite yet, she could walk away European champion today, just having put up a phenomenal performance herself.
Between Harriet and Agathe.
Agathe Turb from France, 180 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener to move into deadlift gold for the time being. Currently just sat behind Carl on total.
Let's go.
Oh,
She lost grip at the top.
loses the grip on the top.
Unfortunately, it's a no lift.
And you know what, you did say that Curic has the chance to pull into a podium position, and if the case is that Mazur doesn't get a total in, she absolutely could pull ahead of Turb for bronze,
Bar is now loaded for Nina Kulic.
and maybe even if this goes well in front of Carl. Nina Curic from Slovenia, 187.5 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump.
This will already be a 10 kilo personal best for her on the deadlift, but she is a monster deadlifter.
Yeah, and it will pull her ahead of Turb.
But she needs this to move really well.
Yeah, and it does move well. She gets 2-1, a good lift, just one red light for insufficient lockout. Have a look at that in the replay.
The bar is loaded.
She would have to add 10 kilos to this just to match Carl's current total, and 15 kilos, sorry, to beat Carl's current total, and 15 kilos in order to beat it if she gets her final attempt. Zuzanna Mazur from Poland now, could not break 190 off the floor on her opening attempt. She is the world record holder in deadlift. Just needs to get a deadlift in. This is really worrying. If she gets it, she has the European title, and if she misses it, it might put her out the race. Oh, and a completely different lift. Did she get the down command?
It's a 2-to-1. A good lift and a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, she seems to be on the board. We'll have a look at that again in the replay. Center referee's happy that she got the down command. She almost hit back onto her heels, but avoided it, and I'm sure she is very, very relieved. However, I'm sure that Usoini is a little upset that she can't push for that gold now, but fantastic to see her back in the game. And now, with that second attempt successful, leading deadlifts by 2.5 kilos ahead of Churich and Carl. And overall, shoots straight into the lead with a 30.5 kilo lead ahead of Usoini. Carl currently sat in bronze overall. Let's see how this plays out. Klara Felsmanova from Czechia, 162.5 kilos for a 400 kilo total. Huge milestone.
Big fight there, and she gets the 3 white lights. It's a good lift and a very nice, sizable personal best for her.
Yeah, really, really great effort. It was a lovely third attempt. Didn't have to grind too much there. The bar kept moving. Sofia Herrero Jimenez from Spain taking 7.5 kilo jump to 165.
Big fight there, and she's not stopping. Oh.
Yeah, great effort, but just a little too much weight on the bar. And it does make me wonder, her opener was originally down as 175, if that was a mistake.
Or just the Spanish playing some games there.
I'm not sure what games that would have been for, but perhaps. Legina Elginen from Austria, 165 kilos, another 10 kilo jump here. Our third and final attempt. Second was hard, but we saw a fantastic grind on squat and bench, and I'm sure we'll see a fantastic grind on deadlift. Whether she gets it or not, that is up to her. Let's wait and see.
Oh, big fight there.
A great effort, just too heavy today, but like we said, we knew we'd see a big fight from her.
Yeah, admirable attempt there. Really took her a few seconds to break the floor and tried her best to lock it out, but not today.
Lenka Veriňová from Slovakia taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 170 for a personal best on deadlift and on total.
Another big attempt there, but unfortunately does not have the strength.
Very determining attempt.
Now we have Harriet Carl of Great Britain, sat in bronze overall and bronze in deadlift currently. 182.5 kilos for her third attempt. If she gets this, then Church would have to pull well over 200 kilos in order to beat her. And if she misses, Church would have to pull 197.5 kilos in order to beat her and take her off the podium. Turb, of course, not out of the picture quite yet. But for now, Harriet Cole doing her best to stay in bronze overall. Wow, easier than her second attempt.
3 white lights, and Cole is fairly secure in the bronze position. Sure, it's gonna need a very, very big lift here.
Harriet now in third position. Jeanette in second. Bar is loaded.
Now Jeanette Usoini from Finland, already a silver medalist, taking a 190 kilo final attempt in order to try for that deadlift gold. This is a big jump, jumped 7.5 from her first to her second, and now 12.5 from her second to her third.
Let's go, Jeanette. Jeanette is in second position, and no one's coming for her. She's solidified the second position. But let's grab a medal in the deadlift. Come on. Let's go!
Wow, did
Big
not
fight
expect
there.
that.
Love that lift from Jeanette. It is 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a good lift.
That is incredibly impressive, and you know, it wasn't a risk. She'd already secured that silver, so might as well go for that big personal best.
I got you. The bar is loaded. This wants to grab a podium spot for the French lifter. Come on, I got.
So now the first of 2 lifters looking to challenge Carl for that bronze position. Agatha Turb from France missed her second attempt on grip, has now gone up 10 kilos to pull into deadlift silver for the time being, but more importantly to knock Carl off the podium and take bronze from her, with Church to follow. It's a big ask after missing 180 on grip, but if she can just hold on. No, unfortunately can't even break the ground. Bronze stays with Carl for the time being, with only Church who can challenge it. I haven't seen an attempt change come in, because right now they're looking to...
I
Oh,
think
there we
it has
go.
just come in.
Yeah, and they'll have to pull
Slovenian head coach.
202.5 kilos in order to beat Carl. This would be a huge personal best and a big jump from her second. Although, like you said, she's a monster puller, and her second looked good.
And she's going for the 202.5.
She loses nothing by it. She's already secured that fourth overall. It won't change her position if she misses it, but of course, if she gets it, she moves into deadlift gold for the time being, and more importantly, knocks Harriet Cole from Great Britain off of the podium overall, and she will take bronze overall with a 427.5 total. Like I said, this is a massive personal best, a massive pull. It's a big ask for Nina, but if anyone can, we know it's her.
Solid, solid, solid.
No. And unfortunately,
No.
the ask was too big there.
She gave it a go, still walks away with the deadlift bronze, I believe.
Yeah, she secured that on her second with the 187.5, and unfortunately does not walk away with the bronze overall. Bronze overall will go to Harriet Carl of Great Britain, Church from Slovenia in fourth, and now already your European champion, we have Zuzanna Mazur from Poland. Didn't break her opener off the ground, a completely different lift when she re-attempted it for a second. Now jumping almost 20 kilos for her third and final attempt, a 19 kilo jump to try and beat the world record deadlift, which already belongs to her, as well as the total record. This will give her a 494.5 total, beating it by 1.5 kilos. Zuzanna Mazur, your European and world champion, 209 kilos for 2 world records.
One bar, 2 records.
Here's a big ask, but she is the record holder herself. And look at that!
Wow!
Each lift got better and better. That is a good lift and a new world record in deadlift and in total for Susanna Mazur. And what a turnaround after not getting her deadlift opener in. A phenomenal end. 2024 is her year. She got the world title, she got the European title, and collected almost every single world record she could have. Absolutely incredible. And honestly, I thought 19 kilos was too much of an ask, but it was not for Susanna Mazur. And in deadlift, bronze, Nina Čurić from Slovenia with 187.5 kilos. In deadlift, silver, Janette Ilsoini with 190 kilos. And deadlift gold, of course, with a new world record of 209 kilos, Susanna Mazur. And overall, we have in bronze Harriet Cole from Great Britain with a total of 425 kilos. In silver, Janette Ilsoini from Finland with a total of 457.5 kilos. And your new European champion from Poland, Susanna Mazur, with a total of 494.5 kilos, as well as a squat, deadlift, and total world record broken today for her. Absolutely incredible. We're going to head straight through to the medal ceremony now, and we will rejoin you at 1 p.m. local time for the 84 and 84 plus kilo sub-junior women. We will see you there.
medals will be given out by Miroslav Maciek and Ladislav Pati. Meet director and co-meet director Miroslav Maciek and Ladislav Pati. We're waiting for the Polish athletes to come on the platform, please. Thank you very much. So we'll start with the squat medals. In third position, Great Britain with 157.5 is Harriet Hall. Medal position from Finland, Yannick Olisoni with 177.5. And with a new world junior record of 185.5, gold medal goes to Susanna Masur from Poland. Thank you, ladies. You can sit down the podium. In the bench press event, bronze medal goes to Sofia Guerrero Jimenez with 90 kilos. Also with 90 kilos from Finland, the silver medal goes to Yannick Olisoni. With 100 kilos from Poland, the gold medal goes to Susanna Masur. Thank you very much, ladies. In the deadlift event, the bronze medal goes to Nina Kuric from Slovenia. 187.5 kilos. Silver medalist from Finland is Janis Olisoni with 190. With a new world sub-junior record in the deadlift with 209, it's Susanna Masur from Poland. Thank you, ladies. Final placing. Your bronze medalist is Harriet Call from Great Britain. 425. Silver medalist with 457.5 kilos from Finland is Janet Olisoni. And your 2024 -76 sub-junior champion here in the Europeans with a new world sub-junior record is Susanna Masur from Poland. 494.5 kilos. Amazing champion, 3 records, 1 in the squat, 1 in the deadlift, 1 in total. Amazing competition from this lady. lines for the national anthem of Poland. Everybody stand up, please. Thank you very much. And please, one last round of applause for all of these 76s of the 2024 European Junior and Junior National Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, step off the podium and behind the technical controller, you will amazing voices here from the ladies. Thank you very much. Great competition, great records. You can sit down, ladies. And behind the technical controller, please use it. A round of applause. The second item of the day starts at